I was a kid, a little kid. And I was encouraged to create art because that's what my family did. I loved it. I loved a fresh coloring book. I loved the smell of a box of crayons, like the 64 with the sharpener thing. Later on, I discovered a different kind of joy in it because I discovered it was connected to God's identity for me. That was important. Finding a freedom in knowing that God was happy with the artsy piece of me that He made. It's something that He's pleased with, and He wanted me to be pleased with it. And so there came this point in my life where everything was not working well. I gave myself impossible things, lists of things to do, with an impossible idea of what it should look like at the end, and I put that on other people. It was just bad. I'm sure I got a lot done, but I'm sure I pushed a lot of people out of the way doing it. God's idea of us being perfect like He is perfect doesn't look like that. And I didn't know it. I mean, He taught me that afterwards, but that broke me. He came to my rescue when I couldn't even see that I needed a rescue. I just knew it was messed up. And He came and said, "Come here, rest in me, learn from me." He started a change that helped me untangle that first mess where I was trying to do everything under my own power and try to do it perfect. And the other piece that broke is watching one of my children do this horrifying roller coaster in life. She had a propensity to make the most terrible choice for herself. And eventually it culminated in her being really addicted to prescription drugs and then onto heroin. I could see the shell of my daughter, but I couldn't see her anymore. She'd say, "Mom, I don't do this anymore because I like it. I need it." She didn't stay in her rehab. She got frustrated and angry because there were pieces of her addictive life that she liked, and she didn't want to change that. A couple of days later, she was in despair, living in a tent in somebody's backyard, and she committed suicide. Shortly after her funeral, her mate of 10 years followed her in that. And as if those two things weren't horrible enough, they had a son. They have a son. He was not quite 8 when he lost his parents. To say that was a plot twist that broke me, that's an understatement. I don't even have words to tell you about that. I got mad at God. Why didn't you heal her? How come she wasn't one of the ones? God has ways of doing things, and they're nothing like ours. If I know anything about Him, I know that. God started to show me in these broken times when I really didn't do much of anything in both those broken situations. I sat a lot and did nothing on purpose. There was beauty in the fact that I could step outside and be encased in God's, felt like to me, His presence, His creation. I've always been in awe of that. Just seeing His creation, it just gave me this sense of peacefulness that kind of pulled me back together, at least for that day or that moment. I started to notice how beautiful stuff was that I was too busy to see it before. There was this beauty right in the middle of ordinary stuff. I didn't have to go anywhere to find it. It was there. So I started to do journals where I was like painting little pictures and then writing little things about them. It was very therapeutic and very helpful for my brain to just be quiet and be. I decided to paint the Susquehanna River once a week for a year. I wanted to really dedicate myself to doing this stuff. The process of both of those started to open me up to just let art be the joyful piece of me that God saw it as. So as I look at all of this, the big surprise is that telling this story, whether it's through art, whether it's through writing, whether it's me just talking to someone, there is an amazing amount of gratitude and joy and healing that backsplashes on me just by telling the story. That is a total awesome gift and surprise. I couldn't be more thankful for that. It's wonderful. I'm Diana Thomas. These are the pieces of my story, and I'm Poiema Visual Arts.